Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy and I am here with a big haul for me. Half of it will be Five Below and the other half will be for my crafty friends, things that I've picked up recently or have pulled out of my stuff that I'm destashing to just share and show and tell, I guess. So I decided, okay. I wasn't with you guys yesterday because my son, Gregory, decided to use his Christmas gift, which was dinner out with mom and dad. So he picked that, or he picked yesterday. So we went to Panera, or as we know it here, the St. Louis Bread Co. is because that's where it started. Um, but anyway, he wanted to get the mac and cheese bread bowl. So we went there, and then after that, it's right by a Five Below. So we went over there because he really likes Five Below. And his meal, because he picked Bread Co., was cheaper than, well, he's only had one other sibling use theirs, but his meal was cheaper than that. So we had told him that he could get a couple things at Five Below. So unfortunately, while he was walking around looking for stuff, I was walking around looking for stuff and I picked some stuff up. And so that's what we've got to show you today. So I have the receipt. Now, my total bill was $84, but there were 4 $5 items that Gregory got that will not be in this haul. So everything else that you're going to see is $64.78. So you can judge if you think that's a good deal for everything I got or not. All right, first, I picked this up because it was so cute. I can always use a bottle like this in the bathroom, and my hope is that nobody else will find it, and so I will get to keep it. I haven't decided if I want to put water in this or something else, but it's the kind that you have to move this part till it falls down so that you can spray. So it's nice that you can lock it into place. And I think that this was $1. Okay, this was $1. So you can certainly get bigger ones at the Dollar Tree, but I really wanted a small one. It would also be good for misting plants, maybe. Or if you're a Norwex user, having just water in here to spray before you use your cloths. So, but it came in several different colors, but I picked purple because I thought that was the prettiest of the colors. Then also in the travel section, I picked up some hairspray. Believe it or not, we don't have any hairspray in the house. I haven't used hairspray for a long time, but I think this would help as my hair is thinning. Thank you, age. I don't know. I'm sure I have a lot of different factors that are causing the thinning, but there's times when maybe I could tease it to give it a little bit more body, or because it breaks, maybe I want to not use gel and use something like this to hold it back. So this was $3, so probably overpriced. I'm sure I could have gotten something at the Dollar Tree for the same size or bigger. Now, if you watched one of my FabFitFun hauls, I got something that I think is like this, but they are soap-infused sponges. And pardon my nail, this literally, the polish literally popped off right before, or right as I was putting stuff in the bag to bring it down here. And look how it's like curving in. Look how thin that one is because of all the curvature. So it's time for me to cut them, but like I'm not ready to cut them all because that's going to make the rest of the polish pop off probably. Anyway, back to these. So I saw these, but I had gotten something like this on FabFitFun that claimed you could get like 15 showers out of it. So you would just use this instead of a loofah. And then, because it's got the soap already in it. And does it say any directions? No. So my assumption is that I can use it like those, which I haven't used that one yet either, but they smell really good. There's a rose and a lavender. I like the rose one better, but maybe if you're taking a shower at night or something, this might be nice for pre-bed ritual. So yeah, and it's got a nice little hanger on it, so you could hang it in the shower just like you would a loofah. But it doesn't really give you any information on it, so I don't know how many showers I can get out of these. But these were $2 a piece, so definitely a lot cheaper than the FabFitFun versions, but probably won't last as long, would be my guess. So, and I think these were the only 2 versions that my store had, so I don't know if they come in, like, it would be, I'd like a vanilla or a cinnamon, but then, you know, they'd have to have a whole lot of shelf space for all of that. All right, and then I don't need perfume, but I thought, well, shoot, let's see if the perfume at Five Below is any good. So I picked out this one because I really like peach, and you're getting 100 milliliters, which is 3.4 fluid ounces. And I thought maybe it would say like what the notes were, but it's too cheap for it's too cheap to tell you that. But hopefully it smells nice. Okay. I have a favorite perfume that I could easily wear every day from Lush, and it's a real perfume. It cost $100. Jason got it for me for my birthday one year. I have also bought a knockoff of it, although it's probably not a knockoff of it. It's just happens to smell similar, from Temu. And then I've been buying all those Sol de Janeiro knockoffs off of Temu. So I literally do not need any more perfume, but I have a family full of people who it would be nice if they smelled nice on occasion. So I'm sharing all of these perfumes with them. And, oh, okay. So it looks like this. I'm trying to tell if it feels like it's been leaking, but okay. Well, so it looks like this. There's the name. Okay. And I think I didn't need to unscrew. I was unscrewing it, but I think it just pops on and off. There's no screw threads. Okay, yeah, it feels like it's like glistening. So let's move this out. My Temu jacket that I hauled on my last Temu video. And I was right, it is warm here, but not so much here. But it's starting to warm up around here, so that's okay. Okay. Okay, well, it's got a very light peach scent. The way I would, obviously at this price, it was not going to be a super strong perfume, but it's at least pleasant smelling. It doesn't have any weird musky smells that sometimes are off-putting with fruit. But what I would say is this is comparable to a Oh shoot, that's my phone. Okay, good. It's just spam. Send that to voicemail. It's comparable to like if you had a strawberry shortcake doll when you were a kid, or was there a peach blossom doll? I don't know. I can never remember what all the things are, but you know how they had like a light scent? That's kind of what this, that's kind of how light this is. So you'd have to spray an awful lot of this for the person next to you to even know you had any on. So that's a bit disappointing. And it's kind of a weird shaped bottle, but that's okay. Someone will wear it at some point. I'm pretty sure that was at least $5. Yep, $5. I only got 2 things that were over $5. And I think those were shirts because all of the shirts are now $5.55. All right, then I picked up a travel sewing kit. Mostly, well, it's got a measuring tape in there, which I'm always losing, and it's got safety pins. Let's open this. Scissors. I'm looking for scissors. I'm always misplacing my scissors, even though I have my filming bag here. I never... Okay, putting stuff away. Okay. So, this little kit, along with different colors of basic thread colors, also has... Ooh, this is open. Okay, so a little container with a few spare buttons and some safety pins of different sizes. Should get me some of those. What kind of beads are they? The kind of beads that we used to, seed beads, to put on these safety pins and put them on my tennis shoes. And it looks like there's some straight pins in here too. But right now it's taped. It does not appear that this would snap closed, so I'm thinking that's going to be all over the place at some point. And then it had a needle thing. I was really wanting some needles because some of my sweaters and shirts and stuff, when they snag, like if the cats scratch them or whatever, sometimes you can kind of stretch and move it around and it pulls it back into place and then it's no worse for wear, but sometimes it doesn't. So I need a needle to kind of stick it through to the other side so that it's on the other side and not visible. And then a little plastic thimble. My grandmother used to collect thimbles. I think one of my cousins got that collection. And then it's got a teeny tiny pair of scissors and also a needle threader. So just a really, really basic kit. You can get these anywhere, I'm sure. I'm sure that this one probably wasn't the best value, but I paid $2 for this. Next, I got a set of bath salts. It's a 6-piece set because you get this little scoop with it. And we've got glistening pear, cranberry spice, frosted coconut, sparkling berries, and sweet lavender. Now, the sweet lavender one, look at that. So those are bath petals. Oh, well, okay, these aren't all the same. This one is a body scrub. So it's a liquid. This one is bubble bath. Oh, they say on the top. Okay. So we've got bath salts. So here I thought I was getting all bath salts because I can't read. Body lotion, bubble bath, body scrub, and bath petals, and a little scoop. So I thought that was a cute set. I like all of these scents. So this will be reserved for special bath time. So I'll have to put it somewhere safe so it doesn't get used, except by me. All right. Next, I couldn't tell if this was left over from Christmas, but it wasn't on sale. Oh, how much was the bath set first? The bath set was $5. This that I'm getting ready to show you was also $5, but it says 6 days of sleigh, which is why I was thinking maybe it was a holdover from Christmas. But it has 6 different masks. We've got Hydra Burst. Are these in order? Yes, okay. Hydra Burst, which is a wet gel face mask, hydrating hyaluronic acid. And then you've got Fresh and Fruity, which is moisturizing watermelon extract. And then you've got Keep It Cool, so it's a detoxifying charcoal powder. And these are all wet masks, but that one's a wet clay mask. And then down here we've got Giving Glow Up, a brightening vitamin C mask. And this one's a peel off. And then this one is a cream mask, soothing aloe vera extract. And then this one is another clay mask, soothing pink clay. And of course, discontinue if you react to them. So nice. Okay. You really can't, well, I've watched on TikTok, there is a, I don't know who she is, but she's a dermatologist and she goes in places like the Dollar Tree and looks at their beauty care stuff and tells you if it's good or not, depending on the ingredients. So I know there are less than ideal ingredients out there for these things, but it's probably not too bad. But speaking of my face, I started my regimen for the rosacea. So this is what I got prescribed. Now, I know I have some rosacea viewers out there like me, and some of you have told me like what your doctor put you on. Well, this is what my doctor put me on. And so this is what it's like. So it's really like a moisturizer, or at least that's how I'm using it, because I don't know how to use it with how to incorporate it into my skincare. So what I've been, well, today I just got up, washed my face, and then put this on as the moisturizer. But yesterday when I went into the office, I washed my face, put this on as the moisturizer, and then did my foundation and stuff. So I don't know if it's intended to replace your moisturizer, but I feel like because it's medication, that putting anything else over it moisturizer-wise would change things. Now, I'm supposed to do it morning and night, so I have been, but I don't know. I've still been having some bigger breakouts. So I don't know. I don't know if it's one of those things. You know how they always say, oh, your face will get worse before it gets better, as it's, kicking all the toxins out of your skin. And quite honestly, I'm not sure I really believe that. I feel like a lot of companies just say that so that you don't stop using their crappy product right away. But since this is an actual medicine, I'm going to keep trying it, and eventually maybe it'll be fantastic. I still don't have any word on my Humira, so I'm probably going to have to call them tomorrow. I might have some free time tomorrow. But today was payroll, and I finally got the W-2s done. So there's a few things off of my back that we're pressing, but I still have to close out the year, so not done yet. Okay, this next item was also $5. A set of lip butter balms, and I thought I would try it. I don't like glosses, but I do like lip balms, so I'm not sure about butter balms, but we've got, I think they're all different. Oh, maybe they're not. Oh, they're all infused with watermelon seed oil. So what I don't know is if they're probably, I guess they would be tinted like that. Butter up on the go for a quick hit of moisture and shine with Smoke and Mirrors 5-piece lip butter balm collection. The formula delivers soothing moisture to lips in seconds, infused with watermelon seed oil to nourish and protect lips. Now, I do really like watermelon extract. My Glow Recipe watermelon sleeping mask is one of my favorite products, beauty-wise, that I have. So I kind of would like for this to be a positive thing too. Now, right now, I'm just wearing cheap Dollar Tree, you know, changes based on the temperature of your lips or whatever. But let's see. Let's just, you guys know me. This would be my favorite color if it's really a tinted kind of thing. I will say this metronidazole, it smells okay. It at least is not medical. It doesn't smell medical. It smells like lotion. Okay, well, it comes with a little glue dot to keep it in place. Made in China. All right, so this is your typical kind of lip glossy kind of thing. Okay, well, feels a little bit wet, or like I put too much on. So it's definitely, I think if you like lip gloss, you'd be more inclined to like this probably than if you like lip balm. Because lip gloss will eventually soak into your lips, but it takes a while. But lip balm kind of feels like it soaks in quickly, but this feels like it's just sitting on top of my lips. So, oh, I meant to smell it to see if it had any kind of a fruity smell. I want my lip, especially if it's a gloss, I want it to smell good. I mean, it smells okay, but it doesn't smell like watermelon. So let's just check out this one. Is it going to be clear, or is it going to be this brown color? Oh, it's going to be the brown color. So I don't know about these. These may get put in the girls' bag. I'm not too impressed with this. I was really hoping it would be more balmy, but I should have realized with it being in a tube like this that would be unlikely. But $5 for that, and really, it's probably like my kids' would probably really like it. And it's not overly coloring. So, what is going on here? So if you've got a kid that doesn't really want the color of it, I think they'd still be fine. Oh, forget it. Whatever. Should just take them out of the box and be done with it. All right. I should have started with one of these. Now, you guys may remember Temu sells these, and I remember when this was like one of the first things that Temu ever had on their site that was food. Now, I got it from Five Below, and the sign said they were supposed to be $1.25, but they rang up as $1.50. But they've got the peelers. So they had 4 different flavors, so I got all 4. So we are going to try them together. And the idea is that it's like a peelable gummy bear, gummy fruit, whatever. So like it's a waxier coating on the outside, and then there's the more traditional gummy on the inside. Made with real fruit juice. Serving size is 6 pieces, but it's 100 calories for those 6 pieces. But yeah, these are made in China, so they've made their way over, not just through Temu. But let me get one out. This is the orange ones. Oh, well, okay, well, this doesn't look like, this looks like it's already been peeled, you guys. Are they all like that? Yes. Yeah, none of them have the coating. Well, let me bite into it. Maybe it's got a clear peelable part. Okay, yeah, it does. So you can kind of see there's a layer around it, but I don't know what the value is to peeling it off. Like, are you just doing that because you're bored? But yeah, it does peel off. So the inside is definitely what would it compare to? Jelly as opposed to gummy. So it's like a gummy wrapped jelly. But so you get most of the orange flavor from the jelly part in the center. And it has a nice flavor. So if you like gummies, you might like that. And I say that because my family is very picky. Some of the things I've gotten in Yum Yum boxes that I've shown on here that have been jellies, but they're the kind that you can kind of cut with pretty easily with a fork or whatever. They don't like those. They want the kind that you have to kind of chew a lot. And I don't really like the ones that you have to chew a lot. So I like, if I'm going to buy fruit snacks at Walmart or something, I like Mott's because I just like the texture of it, I guess is what I would say. All right, so they also have mango. Trying not to open them very far so that if it falls over, it's not all over the place. Okay, so this one, I think when Hey Everybody did this, I think maybe it was mango. Because this is kind of what I remember, kind of a cloudy outside. So But once again, who sits around and thinks, hey, let's make a gummy that we need to peel the exterior off of first? So this is just kind of messy. But kids like to play with their food. This one has a really good flavor. This one doesn't, well, the orange one didn't either. They don't feel artificial. You know how a lot of American fruit candies, you can tell it's like artificial flavoring or candied or whatever. But these taste like the real fruit, which is nice. That mango one was really good. Grape. I had never seen grape before. I think, well, to be honest, I probably had only seen the mango and the orange. So this is another one that's kind of clear all the way around. That's a nice flavor too. This one, the gummy part is a little bit tougher. So it probably would have peeled better. The grape ones are 120 for 6. But mango and orange were both 100. And then I have one more of those. Banana. Now banana, that one is, very rarely does it taste like authentic banana. Banana is one of those that, I don't know. I don't know why it is, but it seems like that would be an easy one to get an authentic flavor, but there's so many out there that are fake banana. And this smells like fake banana, like Laffy Taffy kind of banana. So it's white on the inside for this one. Okay. I take it back. This literally tastes like a slice of banana to me. Superior Taste Award. Did they all say that? Nope. Oh, well, this one did. And it was the other one that I said was really good. Nope. So, I would have to agree. If you like banana or mango, that's the one I would try. That was really good. And it really did, it smelled fake, but once you're tasting the inside of it, it really tasted like you were eating ripe banana. So good job for them. All right. Next is a shirt. So I would have paid $5.55 for this. I could, but I don't want to. What does that part down there say? Virgo. Oh, okay. Well, I don't really know much about signs, aside from the fact that I'm a Scorpio. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I've never cared about that. I've never put any stock into that. So I didn't even notice that. But I did, now that I see that, I did see a shirt for Sagittarius, but I don't remember what it said. But anyway, this still represents me. I could, but I don't want to. And we can easily see that by this. And then I was only wanting one of these. How much did these cost? Oh, well, these were only $1, so okay. I really wanted the cute frog. Now, you guys, it's just a dumb pen, but I really liked this frog shaker, you know, so I thought I could take these to work and have something cute to write with. But then I saw this one and I was like, oh, I really want this one because I got that strawberry shortcake notebook from Five Below and I could use this with that. So then I just decided to get both. And they were like in a spot where they weren't priced, so I wasn't sure, but I was like, surely they're not more than $5 a piece, which would have been ridiculous. So I'm glad that they were only $1. But I mean, I don't particularly like pens that have a cap on the end because that's going to get lost. Like, I'd really rather have a clickable one. But c'est la vie. All right, and then because I got that strawberry shortcake shirt there before, this one had socks. So we've got, now granted they're no-show socks, so I'm going to have to wear them with some Mary Janes so that you can still see the picture. Otherwise, it's all lost. Then we got ladybugs. Is that a cat? Yes, it's a cat. Why didn't you just undo these? I don't know. So they, a cat or a bear? I'm going to say it's a cat. And then more strawberry shortcake. So yeah, so I thought those were cute and would go with the t-shirt I had gotten. I'm waiting to wear that for you guys until my jewelry comes from Temu that I got to go with it. But this store had another version of the strawberry shortcake shirt. Yeah, so it's that cat that was on the sock. So very cute. And in white. And usually the shirts from there are, okay, so I got this one in a large because that was the only size available, but the black one was an extra large. But usually their shirts, the print is straight. Unlike Temu, which can be questionable. All right, and then I think I've only got one thing left from the Five Below. My son had never heard of this, so I had to get some because Five Below is a great place for nostalgic candy cravings. So if for some reason, I don't think I would have anybody watching this channel that's never heard of this, but if you're in a different country or something, well, let me just open one. They also, I got grape and sour apple because we would like those, but they do have just traditional bubblegum flavor. But this, the whole idea of this was a knockoff of, because baseball players were known for chewing tobacco. And I think that okay, well, let me just read this because I think this will tell what I was getting ready to say. Big League Chew was created by former Cornell lefty Rob Nelson in '77 while playing for the fabled Portland Mavericks. Okay. With help from 13-year-old bat boy Todd Field and former New York Yankee all-star Jim Bouton, Rob's idea got off to a sweet start. The idea was simple: shredded bubblegum in a Stay Fresh pouch. I'm trying to figure out how this becomes a Stay Fresh pouch, unless I opened it wrong. But the first batch was made on February 6th, 1979 in Candy Field's kitchen, which was Todd's mom. And Big League Chew hit retail shelves a year later and instantly became a fan favorite across America. Now, how did she know how to make bubblegum? Like, is that a... I don't know. Over 4 decades and 1 billion pouches later, Big League Chew remains a classic for kids and adults. It can even be found in Cooperstown as the Hall of Fame bubblegum. So the idea was that you don't want to encourage kids to chew chewing tobacco, so give them bubble gum that's kind of the same idea. So it comes in these little strips. You take however much you want and you chew to your heart's content. But yeah, I don't know if I opened this wrong or what, but this is not a Stay Fresh pouch. So I'm going to have to put this in a Ziploc bag. But anyway, I would try it, but then it would be rude because I'd be sitting here chewing gum while trying to talk to you. Okay, so that was it for the Five Below haul. Now, if you are a crafty fan like me, I want to show you some stuff that I got over the weekend and some stuff that I pulled out of my D-stash because I'm, trying to get stuff listed on my site. And you guys, I sold 2 of my mystery boxes. So I am hoping after I get this done, while this is uploading tonight, I'm going to try to, for those of you that have been around a long time, like a year ago, I bought one of those thermal printers and the labels, for postage mailing. And because I was going to start decluttering my stuff and selling stuff on eBay, and I sold one thing and then I, of course, stopped like I do with everything. But I never could get that printer to work with my computer. Well, I have a different computer now, so I'm hoping I can get that all worked out and get the shipping done, because that'll be like the last thing for me to feel like I finally understand shipping. I don't know, it's silly. But yeah, I was super excited today. I was filling an order that had come in a few days ago, and for some reason my Etsy app does not, you know how when you have an app, it'll have notifications like in a red number above the app. Well, my Etsy seller app doesn't do that so it makes a ka-ching sound when I get an order. But if I have the sound off or I'm not by my phone, I don't hear that. And so I have to physically make myself go into the app every day just to see if an order came. But once I go in, and if there is an order, then the notification will show up until I complete the order. But when I get new orders, it doesn't change the notification until I go in again. So I was surprised this morning, happily surprised to see that 2 of my 10 boxes had sold. Now, if you're into junk journaling, I have an Etsy shop. I link to it in my description below. And 50 cents from all of my a la carte items from each item sold goes to Junk for Goats, which is just what I'm calling my charity to collect money to buy a goat from Compassion International. And the mystery box is $1 from each of those goes to that. But anyway, so I talked about this book because this was the creme de la creme of what I got over the weekend, but I'm sure I way overpaid, except for the fact that when I checked on eBay, I found one for $600 and one for $150. And this person originally had it as $100, but then they marked it down to $70, and then they had a special 25% off in their booth for things marked firm, so I decided to go ahead and get it. Because, you guys, I have an unnatural love of bird books. So here's the outside of it, and okay, it was University of Minnesota that put this together, but they're color plates from Thomas Roberts. Now, the first couple pages in this were torn. So, that's no bueno, but that's fine. And some of these pages in the front are upside down. It's like this one is upside down. This one is upside down, and you can see it's got wear and tear. I told you guys that some of them had like pencil marks on them, but honestly, I really didn't care because I think they're beautiful. And I'm a big fan of Audubon's drawings of birds, and these kind of feel similar. But they are official plates. You know, they say plate up here, and usually plates don't have text on the back. Sometimes they do, but sometimes they don't. And so some of the pictures go like, you know, this direction. But that's all this book is just these beautiful plates of birds. And so I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with it. Do I want to just keep the book as is? And it's interesting because you've got all these birds and different placement on here, and then down here at the bottom it identifies what they are kind of in the placement that they are on the picture above. So that was, you know, thoughtful. I'm trying to see, here's a pretty one of cardinals, but of course it's got some pencil coloring on it. So yeah, so I don't know if I should frame these. I mean, I don't think it's like, I don't think this book is in that great of a shape probably compared to other versions that are out there in the marketplace. So I don't think I would feel bad about taking the pages out of here. But yeah, it's like a full-size sheet of paper. So if I were ever going to just sell these as artwork. Oh, and they have other, okay, so this one is done by Alan Brooks, and he's one of the ones that did some of the cigarette cards that my digital bird kit is based off of. So there are different artists in here, but there were not any Audubon ones. These were all different. But see, again, here's one that's upside down. So the masters at the University of Minnesota back in 1939 didn't check the direction of the page before they bound it. But yeah, so I really, it's one of those things that, like, really, what are you going to do with it? But I don't know. Some people collect other expensive things. I guess this just happens to be my kind of thing. But let me put this somewhere safe. And then I tried to pick kind of a random grouping of things to show you today so that you won't get too bored. But I love vintage magazines. And this one was from 1953, which it says up here. And sorry, I feel like I'm gonna sneeze. This one, if you guys watch Seven Plaza, she loves these old kind of mid-century cookbooks or whatever. So this one has some good, I don't know, it's just got great pictures, great advertisements. So these are awesome. Let your throat enjoy smooth smoking. We do not condone. It's like, watch me get some kind of flag on this video because I showed a smoking thing. But here's an ad for Spry, homogenized Spry, which is a pure vegetable shortening, to the woman who must make ends meet. And that's one of the things too, is I love reading the headlines. Or this one, Brush to Beauty, 100 strokes plus new cosmetics make modern grooming a cinch. But I just love all the advertisements. So yeah, so I thought, oh, it also says gold currency fashions. But even some of the just like black and white ads are great, especially if you're into vintage junk journaling, which would have been mine too, except I prefer to just buy the stuff for it. Win a Westinghouse appliance. So yeah, I have several vintage magazines that like this that I'm trying to figure out the best way to de-stash. I've got some 1946 Saturday Evening Post magazine a la carte on my site, and with it probably wasn't the best idea, but I can fit 3 whole pages into an envelope for the price of a stamp, which is how, if you're new, that's how I kind of, on my a la carte stuff on my Etsy site, is I mail it out in regular envelopes with a regular stamp. That way I can send it to anybody anywhere in the world for the price of a stamp, and they don't really cost very much, you know. I mean, it's not priced to make money, but to kind of earn some money for the goats, etc. Okay, let's stay over here. So I had this in my collection, this Pepperidge Farm cookbook. Cookbooks are great for junk journaling. So let me do this first, just in case. Well, it's been a long time since I showed this. Okay, whatever. I'll clean that up later. So I did a haul of this. I bought this off of Etsy, and the person that does these, I should link to her YouTube channel, because she does a video for every book that she lists, so you can see it. But her style, I think, is pretty close to mine, or what I would be if I weren't just a wannabe junk journaler, because she takes old books and creates her own signatures, but she uses, and she did some customization for me, so she gave me a crow, but she uses all kinds of magazines, books, and she, like here, she's taken a children's book page and folded it, made it into a tuck spot, but made it so that the picture from that children's book page is what's showing. And that's just cute, right? Or she takes, you know, book page from a book that's just got these little things, you know, and makes a tag out of it. So that's really kind of my style too, so to speak. So that's why, like, when I made my mystery box, this is the kind of stuff that I put in it, because I just like the variety of this. Now, she does have, you know, plain pages for writing, but you can always, some people, when they junk journal, it's really just scrapbooking, and they're just putting pieces of their life in here. And some people, maybe it's more actual journaling. But even if you've got a page like this that is, you know, sewing secrets or whatever, you can still write something and tape it in there. But I just love the variety of it. So when I am antiquing, this is the kind of stuff I look for, because I just like the variety. Now, obviously, some of you probably prefer to have themes, like maybe you want a botanical theme or a Winnie the Pooh theme, or you know, whatnot. So, like, I got an antique card here, And she'll take out excerpts from books and collage too, you know. So yeah, so that's kind of my inspiration for things that I look for. Here, you know, a recipe cookbook with, you know, the tab on it. I mean, to me, this feels like a good use of junk, right? You've got books that nobody wants as is, and so you break them down, you pull out the interesting parts, and then that becomes the junk that you use to create. And maybe you've got a folio, which is a folded page, so you can stick that in your journal and, you know, create your own signatures that way. Or maybe it's just a single sheet of paper that you're gluing in or taping in or folding into tucks, you know, whatever. But yeah, so it's kind of my, but she, of course, always finds these great vintage and antique books. Like this is just a vintage book, but she's, you know, she also has lots of textures. I don't really do textures with my stuff, but yeah, so going back to this, when I see something like this, and I'm like, these would make great, I mean, they've got these great little images, plus you've got the recipe, and I just think that's fun. But I also prefer matte pictures to glossy. I prefer drawn images to pictures. So when I see things like this, I love it. So I've got that. And then I love finding old calendars. And I don't really care if they're written on already or used, but these appear to be never used. And so you've got all these, okay, well, actually, this one's a little bit different. So this one, you pull this up, and then it's got recipes on there. So you can take this whole sheet out, and it's a pocket. So think about it. If you have your journal, maybe you fold this in half this way. You've got some cool pictures. You've got this full recipe that you would be either in your journal or if you give it away. But then you've got this like side pocket thing. I mean, isn't that cool? And then the back side has got more recipes and authentic vintage, 1958. So this was a bank calendar, and it just happened that there were two of them. So more stuff I love. And then just a few more kind of littler things. So I found some antique playing cards. And how do I know they're antique? Well, because, well, let me show you. I mean, this side looks like your traditional cards, but so they all look like this. And it came with this, and instead of having two jokers, or maybe one of the jokers got lost, it's got this card, and it says, when found, this coupon is good for 50 cents in trade to users of these cards when games are purchased on following proposition only. Return this coupon to us anytime between now and July 1st, 1916, with 50 cents in stamps, postal or express order, and we will send you postpaid the great game of Bunko. So that's how I know how old this is, and that makes this an antique. So yeah, and it's got, or it used to have kind of gold foil on the edges. So I love finding cards like this, but it's really hard. Like, you can find at thrift stores and antique stores, you can find lots of decks of cards, but a lot of times they're casino ones or they're airline ones, because I've noticed there were a lot of airlines that had promotional cards, or hotels, you know, that kind of thing. Or you'll find like newer travel, like Las Vegas or Mount Rushmore, you know, that kind of thing. So I prefer, like, I liked this one because it's kind of fashionable and it's antique, but I also like ones with flowers on them because I like flowers. And so then that can be a, you know, you could use this as a card in your journal or your scrapbook where you can maybe flip it up, and then you can put like antique paper on the back of it, and so you can write a little note, you know, and it's be like a hidden note in there. So that's what I was thinking of for that. Then I've got these great unused, never used labels. Most of them, from what I can tell by trying to Google them, are from the 30s. Dr. Pepper is my favorite soda, so we got Sparkling Dr. Pepper, King of Beverages, Rock Island, Illinois, and yeah, these have never been used. I mean, this kind of stuff, you can collage with this. You could make it sturdier by putting it on cardstock or whatever, and then you'd be able to write on the back. I don't know. It seems like it's so easy to make journaling cards that you can just stick in a pocket or tape on or whatever. And then root beer is one of my favorite sodas, and this one was bottled by the North St. Louis Bottling Company, which I don't even know if that's still around, but some authentic labels. And these are going to make it onto my site, so onto my shop. Now these, okay, you guys, I've gotten some of these before, and they're Wrigley Spearmint gum wrappers, but they're also profit sharing coupons. So kind of like grocery stamps, you could collect those and turn them in for things. That's kind of what these are too. And I didn't realize that Wrigley's gum did that. But yeah, it's got a coupon thing on the back. Profit sharing company. This coupon, when presented at any of our profit sharing stations with other United coupons, will be redeemed for articles listed in our profit sharing catalog. So yeah, I'm trying to see if there's a year listed on here, but I don't see one. But that's cool. I mean, and maybe, remember how Bazooka gum, you used to be able to, they had little things on the inside of the wrapper that you could collect, or Kool-Aid packets used to have stamps on them that you could, you know, turn in to get items out of their catalog. So yeah, so I love that. Plus, again, I like both sides of this. I like the Wrigley side and I like the coupon side, although the coupon side is a little bit hard to read. But I think that was from the 30s too. Then we've got Dixie Springs beverages labels. And I think they made a few different flavors, but this doesn't specify a specific flavor. So maybe they used the same label on all of them and you only knew what it was based on the color of the liquid. But this is Dixon City, Pennsylvania. So I'm a sucker for that kind of stuff. Now these, I believe, are, I think the Army, their medicine labels came in boxes like this. So this is a box of these APC tablets, which I think was kind of a precursor to Tylenol, because they contain acetophenetidine, and aspirin and caffeine. And this is what the labels inside the box look like. So they would have been, seems weird, but I guess back then you had to put on your own labels. When I guess it would be like, I mean, Walgreens does that now, right? So this would have been for like a pharmacy, but I think it would at least from the research I did, it would have been like the pharmacy on a military base, but maybe any pharmacy. And this is the kind of labels they would put on your pill bottle. And these were kind of the same way, except this was Spirit of Camphor labels, and these are 85% ethyl alcohol. So it says adults from 5 to 15 drops, first added to sugar and then mixed with water. Apply locally for minor cold sores. So tiny little labels that you could use in collage or decorating, or maybe since they've never been used, the gumminess is still available, so you could use them to adhere some other paper to your papers. All right, now I have to show you that stupid $25 box of collector cards that I was complaining about the other day. They really are not, they're not that great because of this border. Every single card has this same ugly border. Like if it hadn't had the border, or maybe even if the border was just the black part, maybe it would have been okay, because these are vintage looking pictures, but they're also super glossy, and I hate that. So yeah, a whole box of them for 25 bucks. Oh, and last night I went and did a Temu order, and I had two $30 off coupons. One was $30 off of 100, and one was $30 off of 150. So of course the $30 off of 100 is a better coupon, but I was actually spending 150. So I went to check out, and I was looking at the coupon, and it was using the 30 off of 100, and I was like, I don't want to use that one, so I switched it to the other. But then I was like, wait, let me make sure that my Temu Circle is going to give me the right amount of cash back. So I went out and I went to Temu Circle and looked at it, and then I went back into the cart and checked out, and it flipped it back. So it used the 30 off of 100, and then I was like, if I try to cancel this to use the other coupon, I'm probably going to lose that $30 off of 100. And I know you can restore coupons, because I do restore coupons, but I'm not sure I could have restored a coupon in that situation. So I was like, it would be much more likely that I might have spent another $70 soon, but not another $120 soon. So that was a bummer. All right, the last crafty thing to show you before Nostalgic TV Trivia are these great cards. So these are steamboats, and these are from 1961 Milton Bradley Company, and they produced a set of four different kinds. I have all four of them, although I think this particular one, the steamboats, may have been missing a few cards. There's 40 cards in each set, but even this little brochure would be great for junk journaling. But these are the things that I was telling you guys are thick. They're thick like postcards. And they look like postcards, but they have text on the back to explain what it is you're looking at. And these are all steamboats. And there are some, yeah, like that are kind of look a little bit older. Or like this one, kind of hand-drawn. But yeah, I love these. So these would be awesome in a lot of different applications too. So yeah, so that is my kind of show and tell for this episode. I've still got some other things I will show in future videos, since I know I have crafty friends out there. All right, so we're going to end with our nostalgic TV trivia. Let's see how we do. But yeah, so today was pretty quiet. I just was working all day trying to get payroll done and W-2s, and I was working, well, I need to work, like I already told you guys, this evening on shipping stuff out for my shop, but I guess nothing really. Oh, well, so I watched The Rookie. It's my favorite show, and it was on last night. So I always watch it live, but then the next day, which will be today, I always make Jason watch it with me at lunch. So we did watch that at lunch. Okay, and I don't think I did anything else interesting today. And all the things I told you I did today weren't interesting. So hopefully you had an interesting day wherever you were. All right, so ready? Who was Dick Tracy's sidekick on Dick Tracy? Name Buffy's doll on Family Affair. Name the ranch on Bonanza. What was the nickname for Cotter's remedial group? Name the family on Big Valley. Or on the Big Valley. How many points did it take to win a round on Password? Name the grammar school Beaver Cleaver attended on Leave It to Beaver. Who narrated The Untouchables? Okay, you guys, I might get 2. I feel like I should know more of these, but okay. Who was Dick Tracy's sidekick on Dick Tracy? Well, I watched the movie with Warren Beatty, but I don't know. Name Buffy's doll on Family Affair. Well, when I first heard Buffy's doll, I was thinking Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So I never watched Family Affair, so I don't know. Name the ranch on Bonanza. Well, I do know that because I'm a huge Michael Landon fan, and I did watch a lot of episodes of Bonanza, so it was the Ponderosa. And side note, the Ponderosa and Bonanza were restaurants, and the town I lived in Lincoln, in Illinois, had a Bonanza. We had Ponderosas in this kind of area, but there are not very many of either one of those left. They were a good kind of buffet, kind of a sizzler, western sizzling kind of Ryan's. Not quite hometown buffet look, because you would go up and you would order your meal, but you'd also get the full salad bar with it, or you could just order the salad bar. But yeah, the one we had in Lincoln, the Bonanza, was so good. It was family owned, and they had the best Thousand Island salad dressing. And my favorite salad is iceberg lettuce, cheddar cheese, a hard-boiled egg, tomatoes, bacon, and Thousand Island. But a lot of Thousand Islands are really too acidic. And this one had a lot of, I guess, egg in it to kind of soften it. So, yeah. But then they closed in the last 10 years. They just couldn't keep it afloat. So that was kind of sad. They also had like the best fresh out of the oven chocolate chip cookies that were still kind of soft in the center. All right, what was the nickname for Cotter's remedial group? I don't know. We've had a couple welcome back Cotter questions on here, but I don't know the answer to that. Name the family on the Big Valley. I never watched that either. How many points did it take to win a round on Password? Well, I did watch that. We talked about that. Was it Alan Luddick? Whoever Betty White's husband was, I think was one of the original hosts, maybe. I don't know. And Betty White was always a really good clue giver, or whatever you want to call it. She did a lot of different quiz show kind of things, but I don't know. I'm just going to say 100 because I really don't know. Name the grammar school Beaver Cleaver attended on Leave It to Beaver. I don't know that one either. And who narrated The Untouchables? Well, all I can think of is Robert Stack. But then I'm like, wait, he narrated Unsolved Mysteries, so I'm probably wrong on that. But he was in The Untouchables, wasn't he? Was he Elliot Ness? I don't know. All right, the answers. Dick Tracy's sidekick, Sam Ketchum. Oh, dear. Buffy's doll, Mrs. Beasley. Ponderosa was right, so I got one. The nickname for the remedial group was the Sweat Hogs. The family name was Barkley on the Big Valley. You only needed 25 points to win a round on Password. And Beaver's school was Grant Avenue Grammar School. And who narrated The Untouchables was Walter Winchell. So I only got one. So the one that I thought Robert Stack was going to get it, that was not right. So how did you do? This one, not so great for me, but I still love doing it. And this is probably, I probably should keep this to myself, but I'm not smart enough to do that. I was thinking about things that, we forget, and that's always on my mind because of my mom. But just thinking about, I was thinking about this listening to music, because I used to sing with my parents at church, special music, choir, that kind of thing. And I've been listening to music like Michael W. Smith songs on my device. And when you ask your device to play songs by Michael W. Smith, it also plays kind of comparable. If you're doing Amazon Music, it plays comparable artists. And so I'm hearing a lot of the songs that I would have that were popular in like the 80s and 90s, since that was kind of Michael W. Smith's heyday. I mean, he does a lot more worship things now. Back then it was more songs. But, I'm singing some of those. I'm thinking, oh, I'm glad I still remember the words to these songs and stuff. And then started thinking about how some of these songs I used to sing with my parents, and I'm like, oh, my mom doesn't remember this stuff anymore. And then I'm like, I guess it's okay to start to forget things, because you don't need it anymore. And, someday when you're made whole up in heaven, you get all that stuff back, I hope. But it was just another one of those moments where I was like, you can't escape reality like as much as you want to, but it still brings me joy to hear those songs, even though part of me still thinks about the fact that at some point I'm going to forget, even if I don't get Alzheimer's, even if I just get old, at some point I'm going to start forgetting things, and I won't need them anymore. And that's just kind of a sobering thought. But yeah, I didn't cry today, so that was a positive. So, all right. Well, that's all I've got for you today. I've took up an hour and 20 minutes of your time. So thank you for sharing that with me if you're still here. And I just appreciate the kindness and support that you share with me each and every day. So thank you. So wherever you are, whenever you are, I hope you're having a great day. And until we meet again, take care of yourself. Bye.